Shame is actually the selfish feeling. The moment becomes all about you. With self-compassion, you're recognizing that, hey, everyone suffers and we're all interconnected. Now, with men, most often there are expectations that they need to, quote, tough it up, work it out, just work harder when things are difficult. With women, there's often so much emphasis on taking care of others that their need to put themselves first, or self-compassion, absolutely comes last, if it comes at all. These messages can make it hard to acknowledge when you're struggling with something, and even more difficult to take care of yourself when that's the case. So lack of self-compassion can also cause you to engage in unhealthy behaviors to numb your uncomfortable feelings. If you don't learn how to validate your emotions, then you'll spend a lot of time fighting against them, which can be both ineffective and self-destructive. This lack of awareness and vulnerability can also impact your mental health. It could impact your relationships and even your success at work. All the more reason it's important to address. Learning how to be gentle with yourself won't happen overnight, but taking steps to get there can make a major difference in your well-being. So, not sure where to start? Here are 5 simple exercises to give yourself the compassion that you deserve. As with all of my classes, you enjoy the meat, throw away the bone. If you have to modify some of these to apply them to you, wonderful. So challenge yourself, your self-talk with a mantra. Negative thoughts about yourself can easily leave you feeling defeated, which in turn makes it hard for you to feel deserving of self-compassion. It's helpful to identify the negative self-beliefs you may have about yourself so that you can begin to dismantle them. For example, you may believe your worth as a father is tied to your ability to be successful at work, which might be causing you to work long hours or miss out on key moments in your kid's life. Or maybe as a mother, your worth is how much you do for your family or your kids. To dismantle this belief, try adopting a mantra that speaks truth about who you are. You could tell yourself, being present with my family is what makes me a good parent. Every time you feel like you're not good enough or distracted by work or life or comparing, as so many of us do in this day or age. So basically, it's changing the mantra in your head from something currently that's negative to something that's positive. You can also say the mantra out loud several times a day. Either way, engaging with this exercise consistently can help shape your thoughts and behavior. 2, neutralize your negative thoughts. So if you're feeling down on yourself, the jump from self-deprecating thoughts to congratulatory ones might feel like it's too big and unrealistic of a jump. If you catch a negative or self-critical thought in your head, rather than trying to do a total 180 by giving yourself compliments, which, is a big jump, try neutralizing the negative language. For example, rather than saying, I'm an awful parent, try, I'm just a parent. Or, I'm a spiteful spouse, to, I'm a hurting spouse. It might not feel like a big shift, but with a lot of patience and practice, you might find yourself being able to accept that you're simply human, just like everybody else. 3, picture yourself with another person. Consider whether you'd react to someone you love the way that you react to yourself. If you wouldn't call them names, why are you letting self-talk and put-downs run through your own mind? If you would encourage them to focus more on their successes, why would you choose to only focus on the places where you feel like you failed? Remembering the compassion we feel towards others can give us a roadmap to how feeling that same understanding and care towards ourselves. Now, I'll just add, if somebody is a spiritual person watching this, just like we would give self-compassion pep talks to our children, imagine how God is speaking to you. So that's what you should be replaying in your head. 4, imagine yourself as a kid. I kind of just briefly went over this. Everyone messes up from time to time, adults and children alike, and shame about your failures can keep you from healing. If you find yourself stuck in feeling of guilt or shame, imagine yourself as a child experiencing those same emotions. Imagine as many details as you can. What age are you? What kind of clothes you like to wear at the time? What environment you'd like to be in? How would you like to treat the little version of you if they came to you? What if they were upset about something? What would you tell them? Chances are you wouldn't berate a child for being human and messing up. So picture yourself now as an adult sitting with that child, comforting them, maybe even holding them as they cry. Let that radical sense of worthiness and compassion expand, and so it can encompass you as you are the adult today. And number 5, ask yourself, quote, what do I need? If you listen to your body will often tell you, I say a lot, you got to be careful listening to your heart and your mind, because your heart and your mind really can play tricks and deceive you. But if you sit with your body, your intuition, your gut, your instincts, they all are there to serve you. And if you sit with your body and ask yourself a question, your body often will give you a feeling that will lead you in the right direction. So ask yourself, what do I need? Once you get the hang of noticing and acknowledging your emotions, it's important to reflect on how you can take care of yourself in moments when you're struggling. Ask yourself a simple but essential question when you feel stress or other difficult emotions. Simply, what do I need? Or you can even talk to yourself in the third party. Sit down and pretend you're talking to yourself. What do you need? Maybe you need to talk about how you're feeling. Maybe you just need to eat lunch or take a quick nap. No matter what you identify, you're on the way to incorporating self-compassion as a regular practice in your life. By asking this question and acting on the answer, we build that sense of treating ourselves like we were a good friend. And we should always be our own best friend. If you try to cultivate self-compassion, but you seem to be hitting a wall, well, that's a great opportunity to show yourself more self-compassion. So be patient with yourself and don't hesitate to reach out for help if you think there's something bigger beneath the surface, like a history of trauma or a mental health condition or something currently that's preventing you from these self-compassion tips. It's important to speak with a professional if you're struggling in terms of being self-compassionate, especially if it's interfering with your life. Keep in mind, this life is all about trial and error. I mean, just like parenting, it doesn't come with a book. And even if it did, it wouldn't necessarily come with a book that goes exactly to your story. So be patient with yourself, learn to forgive yourself for the good, the bad, the ugly, and all in the middle, because you can't give to others what you don't give to yourself. It's very difficult to forgive others if you're holding on to self-resentment, self-bitterness, unforgiveness for yourself. Give yourself a lot of grace and freely give yourself some compassion. The same compassion, like I said, that you've given your friends, your family, your children.